Hey everyone, so I am back from my trip. It was quite a fun trip, honestly. We were there for almost a month. So it was quite fun, honestly. We went to this little island in the Philippines. It was called Boracay. It was really beautiful because it was just like the pictures how I imagined it. And now we still want to go to that one island called Palawan or Puerto Princesa, whatever the capital. But when we first got there, we had a celebration because we had a few celebrations to do. First of all, one of my aunties got married, so we celebrated that because she got married with with all family members there while we were there. And then 2 days later, yeah, 2 days later, yeah, or was it the day after? No, yeah, 2 days later, we did a little celebration in a private resort in the village where my grandparents were living in. We celebrated my grandmother's 80th birthday because her birthday was back on June 15th, but we weren't in the Philippines yet. So, what we did, we celebrated it together as a family. All my cousins, even from my cousins that live in my mom's province, came as well. So I had a whole bunch of my cousins came, and yeah, all that. After that, we went to Boracay, and it was really nice because, like I said, it was an island. We stayed there for 3 days and 2 nights. So, but it's really hard to get there because if you were to commute to the airport from our hotel, we would have to take a little, oh no, buggy cart thingy, and then take a boat, and then take a motorcycle to the airport. It's a long commute, but that's how you get to the airport because it's quite a far away because it's an island. But yeah, anyways, we took a really small plane. Took a really small plane from Boracay back to Manila. So that's what we did. After we went to Boracay, we took a while off. It was only me, my brother, my mom, my auntie, and their friends from Hong Kong when they were living in Hong Kong. Excuse me. My cousin didn't come because my grandparents didn't come. But first of all, my cousin had school, so she couldn't really come. Second of all, that's a little too far for my grandparents because my grandfather cannot really walk anymore. I mean, my grandmother still walks perfectly fine. It's just, I think she's just a little too old to go to places far away, but my grandfather can hardly walk, so he's hard to take for places. And when I say this, I mean my grandparents on my mom's side. My grandparents on my dad's side are dead, so, yeah. So after that, we took some rest. We did go on some little outings, but that was going to the mall, to the market to get some stuff and all that. I did get 2 dresses in the Philippines. Oh, they're still on the floor over there, but they're over there. One's white and one's like pink. I haven't taken them out the bag yet because I haven't washed them yet, but we will eventually wash them. But we did some clothing shopping before my aunt came back here and stuff. And then after that, where did we go? We went to Manila Ocean Park. If you're from Hong Kong, you know that there's an ocean park in Hong Kong, a really big one. But I didn't know there was one in Manila. So we went to the one that was in Manila. My mom told me about the one that was in Hong Kong. Because, like I said, she lived there for 16 years, so she knew that there was one there. But she didn't know that there was one in Manila. So we went to the one that was in Manila. It's quite far. Not really far. It's still in Manila, but yeah. I think it took us a while to get there because it was traffic when we left too, so yeah. That's all that. And yeah. We asked that was on a Saturday when we went. We asked my cousin if she wanted to come, but my cousin didn't want to because my cousin's kind of lazy. She's 15, so I mean, technically, I have a lot of cousins, both on my mom's and my dad's side. Half of, oh no, most of my cousins on my dad's side are grown up, so like I'm not really close with them. And some of the cousins on my mom's side are grown up, except for two of them. Except for the two young ones, they're still like within our age, so they're technically still very young. But all the cousins on my dad's side are grown ups, so I don't really talk to them that much anymore. Yeah. And then after we went to Ocean Park, Manila, was it after? Yeah, we went to visit my mom's province where she grew up in the Philippines, because in case you haven't known, my mom was born and raised there. So we went to visit her province. We went to visit all her cousins and her relatives that I haven't met personally, because, like, you know, I'm not from the Philippines, so. We also went to see her elementary school in person. We couldn't go inside because it was also a Monday when we went, and school was going on, and we were not going to be random people walking onto the the school grounds like that. It was her elementary school. I wanted to see her high school too, but she said her high school wasn't close to her childhood house, so we couldn't go to her high school. But we did go see her elementary school in person, because I always would Google it and I would see the pictures. But this time I got to see it in person. And speaking of childhood house, my mom lived really close to her elementary school. We didn't exactly pass by her house, but we passed by the area where she lived when she was growing up. Because I think her house is behind a few other houses, I think, but we didn't exactly stop there because she said there's like no through road to go through there, so there was like no road to go to her house basically. So yeah, because she did have to walk to school when she was a kid. But anyway, so when we went to the province, visit my mom's cousins and her relatives, and then when we went there, we stayed there for a night. So we stayed at my cousin's house, and we slept in him and his wife's bed. I mean, my entire family. I slept in the bed with my mom and my brother. My grandmother and one of my other aunties had to sleep on a mattress on the floor next to our bed. There was also another bedroom that my grandfather slept in, and my auntie's husband had to sleep on the couch, and he was the driver, so he had the one that did get the most sleep. Anyway, and my cousin had to sleep in his wife's parents' house that was nearby, because we were in their bed, so they didn't have their bed to sleep in. But anyways, we were only there for a night, but we were out the entire day because we made a lot of pit stops on the second day. Like, we left really early in the morning. I forgot how many pit stops we made, but we also bought like a lot of groceries too. We bought like Filipino dessert. So they also stopped by to get some fruits as well. So like, we made a lot of pit stops, to just say. And we did not get back into Manila until like 11 p.m. or something. So we ate breakfast at my cousin's house. We ate lunch at my mom's cousin's house. And same with dinner. We went to another one of her cousin's house. Well, we had to do all that because we couldn't get back into Manila until 10 p.m. So that's why we were doing all that, basically. So by the time we got back to Manila, it was like 11 p.m. when we got back. So, yeah. But again, life in the province was different. Since I'm like from here, our toilets were flushable and stuff like that. Whereas in the province, the toilets, I don't want to go deep into it, because the toilets are quite different, to say the least. And their houses. But anyway, that's how my mom grew up. So my mom grew up like that with her house like that. I'm not sure about her toilet, but yeah. And then we were going to go to a park called Luneta Park, but we never ended up doing that. So that never ended up happening. But we did have a little celebration for my graduation when we were there. technically my mom came up with that idea, and everyone else was helping with cooking. My grandmother invited some of her neighbors, which were some of her friends as well. So that happened. And I thought we were going to be celebrating my cousin's prom too, but no. Because my cousin had her junior prom a couple months ago for her school, but that didn't end up happening. It was just my grad, but knowing my cousin didn't really join us downstairs because my cousin's on the honor rolls at her school, and she's pretty smart, to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen all the awards she's got since she was in elementary, so yeah, she's pretty smart. I think Filipino kids are maybe just known to be smart. I don't know. But yeah. And I also forgot to mention that I also got to sing in front of the communion at the church that in the Philippines that my grandparents go to. So I did that last time when I went home, which was 8 years ago. Except I was like 9, so like I was this small. But then my voice has improved since then because like it was all my choir director. For 2 years. It was her correcting me. The work pays off, doesn't it? So yeah, after that celebration of my graduation, we just didn't really do much the past couple of days. The last days when we were there, because we just really wanted to relax and just like wind down from our vacation and stuff. And then we left on Wednesday, our flight. It was a 24-hour Wednesday for us because we left on Wednesday in the Philippines. And then when we came back here, it was Wednesday, so we left Wednesday 8:30 p.m. in Manila. And we came back here Wednesday 5:30 p.m. here, so around that. Yeah, but it's a good thing that we did leave the Philippines just in time because there were 2 typhoons coming at the time when we left, so. And now I'm just seeing all these news articles about the Philippines now that they're having major storms right now, like typhoons. So I'm like, thank goodness we're not there right now and experience that. So that's why my mom had to call her mom Thursday or yesterday. I don't know. One of the days to go get some stuff because no, I think it was Thursday. That they had to go pick up some stuff that they needed before the typhoon hit. So, yeah. When we were flying back here, when we were still in Manila, it was really bad turbulence because it was like that because of the storms that were coming. So, it wasn't that bad when we were coming back here, but leaving Manila was a little bit of it was a severe turbulence. So I couldn't, like, they were giving out food at that time too, so like, it was really hard to eat because not only that, my tray was like moving on the tray table and I couldn't really eat. My water was spilling too, so I had to like drink the water because my cup was full. So like, yeah, they usually give out the special meals early because normally that's how they do it if you request a special meal, like what they did for me. But I wasn't the only one who had a special meal because there was a few other people. So like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was saying it was hard to eat because the tray was going all over the place. But other than that, the rest of the flight was okay. So, yeah, only that severe turbulence was not really that good, but the rest of the flight was fine. It wasn't really that shaky after that. And then yeah, I got to sleep on the plane. So we left Manila when it was dark, and then last time I checked out the window, it was bright. So I'm like, oh, we're somewhere else now. We're not in Manila, because I already knew that if it was bright outside, and we weren't in Manila because Manila was dark when we left. So we were definitely somewhere else that was bright. That was daytime, so. because in Manila it gets dark around 6 o'clock. Here in Canada in the summer it gets dark around 9 p.m. So way later than us. Then way later than the Philippines. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's basically just a recap of my trip, I guess, and why I was absent from YouTube for about a month. So I really hope you like this video of me explaining how my trip went. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Yeah. Bye guys. I forgot to add that I also went to a park that was up in the sky, basically. They called it People's Park in the Sky. Yeah, I forgot to mention that in the video, but we also went there too, like, the day after the wedding.